Hi guys, welcome back to yet another episode of Short Travels in Canada. Today we are going to Waterton. This is about 270 kilometers from Calgary and it takes around 3 hours to reach this place. Well, it most definitely took us more than 3 hours since we were stopping a lot to look around and take pictures. We started from Calgary around noon since we were going to stay in Waterton for the night, so there was no hurry to reach the place. The drives in Canada have always kept me hooked to the windows, and this one was no different. There were these beautiful windmills throughout the way to give you company. And of course, if you are in Alberta, mountains are everywhere. Waterton is located in the southern western corner of Alberta. So as you move towards Waterton town, you are welcomed with these beautiful peaks like a crowning glory. The town that we are heading today is located at the northern side of the lake, which has United States at its southern end. Every frame in the drive is a scenic delight. And the best part about these journeys are that you don't have any timelines, so you can stop wherever you want to and soak in the view. Every time we plan for a road trip, I make sure we have additional hours added to the journey time. Because you never know what you might run into on your way. There are so many beautiful water bodies and winter makes them even more special. Every time I see a frozen lake, it amazes me. Coming from a country where we majorly have warm weather, Canadian cold is yet to scare me. It was such a beautiful drive. Waterton is one of the national parks in Canada and you need to pay a fee to enter the park, depending upon your stay. You can also purchase a yearly pass for the family if this is a place you might visit often. Most of the national parks in Canada have this option of yearly passes. As you enter the town, you are welcomed by the famous Prince of Wales Hotel to your left, teasing you a little to come visit me. Waterton is a summer destination in general. It's crowded and full of activities. But in winter, it gets quieter. And you can also say it's kinda off-season here during winters. Unlike Banff, which has tourists all year round, we wanted to visit a quieter winter town and Waterton fitted the bill perfectly. The hotels are comparatively cheaper, but then you have lesser options too, which is okay as long as you get the room you like. Our room had this amazing view of the town and a swing in the balcony, although it was too cold to sit outside, but I loved the room and the balcony setup. Since Waterton is a tourist place, most of the shops and restaurants here only operate in summers. We were prepared for this situation, and so you should also plan your trip accordingly. In the evening, we decided to walk around the quiet town of Waterton. It was so peaceful, to be honest. There were few people here and there, but it felt as if we had the whole town to ourselves. Next day after breakfast, we headed out for the Bears Hump hike. It's a popular hike in this area and supposedly crowded during summers. It's a short hike of about 2 miles and we were quite confident that it would not take us more than an hour. But the mountains decided to test us, so it got so windy throughout the trek and the trail was covered with so much snow. We were not carrying any crampons, so it took us little more than what we had anticipated. So if you're planning this hike in the winter season, then I would really recommend crampons and poles. But once we reached the top, all our pain was gone. The views were spectacular. It was all worth it. Since it was so windy, I was scared to take my camera out, but we sat there for a while and enjoyed the view. We had to change our shoes for the obvious reasons. And after we checked out of the hotel, we then headed for lunch. The food options are really limited here during the winter season. Only 2 restaurants operate here during that time, but they serve really amazing food. After lunch, it was time to head home. On our way back, we took a quick visual tour of the famous Prince of Wales Hotel, which was of course closed for the season, and then headed towards Cameron Lake. On our way to the lake, we saw the first oil-producing well in Canada. Since the weather was getting dark, we decided to skip Cameron Lake and turn around from here. I would still say that this weekend was so wholesome. I would love to come back to Waterton during summers, but I am a bit scared how crowded it would be, since this time we had the whole town to ourselves. So this brings an end to our journey. Hope you enjoyed the journey as much as we did. Thank you for watching.